Hello, I'm Martin Logan and welcome to the Irish in the UK. And what a great show from Henry McGlade for the last half hour. Now, coming up on tonight's show, the Chorlton Irish Club in Manchester was the venue for the recently held Galway Association Supper Dance. And what a great night it turned out to be. Now, over the course of the last couple of months, we've all been suffering with this horrible flu virus. Well, on tonight's show, I've been joined by Dr Sabiha Bakht, who is going to give us some guidance and help on how best to deal with this horrible virus. Recently, we crossed the Pennines to visit the Baitley Irish Democratic Club in Yorkshire. And we'll be having a song from Lisa Stanley. So we hope you'll sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Now, the Galway Association recently held their supper dance at the Chorlton Irish Club, and we went along to join them. Chris, what a wonderful night for the Galway Association here in Manchester.
Yes, Martin, it is a wonderful night, and we're very thankful for everybody who made it a wonderful night. We thought last year it was good, but people this year are saying it's a lot better. And only for all the people that come here, and the music, and the dancers, and the Irish dancers, and the Irish music. And yes, it is. What more can I say?
Well, absolutely. And Eamon, of course, great to see the Liam McCarthy back again, thanks to Noel Burke, of course.
And thanks very much to Noel Burke. He's a great man. This is the second time he's brought it here. And we've had another great night with it. And we can't thank him enough. And a lot of other people would be very jealous of us having it all the time like this.
Yeah. But look at, Galway's been waiting. We've been waiting 29 years for the Liam McCarthy Cup. You could see the delight in so many people's faces in there tonight.
Yeah, people were delighted. They couldn't get enough of it. It was great. It was great, and I'd like to thank everybody that made a good night. We had a great crowd here tonight. I'd like to thank everybody that come. Thank the Chorlton Club. Thank yourself and Annette as well for coming. And thank you yourself and Annette on your radio programme for promoting us like you did. That's helped to fill the hall for us. Thank you very much for that.
What a great dancing crowd you had here tonight, Chris. The floor is absolutely filled.
Well, it is, and I made sure that Anne put some nice stuff on the floor to make it slippy. Because last year people were complaining that it wasn't slippy enough, but I hope nobody gets hurt by being too slippy. But yes, it's great, and thank you again, as Eamon just said. Thank you for coming along.
And Eamon, of course, look, you had a massive crowd here tonight, but you managed to feed them all.
We did, we managed to feed them all. Thanks very much to Anne Mulligan. She did a great job. And there's food left over for anybody that wants more. Some of them are taking it home, I think. And thank the Chorlton Club for putting it on. And a special thanks for her for the effort she put in on the food. It was great. Everybody was praising the food, so thanks very much to her. And thanks very much to everybody that come to support us. And we hope to see you all again next year.
Yeah. Well, absolutely. And of course, it's great to see the other county associations here as well supporting you tonight. I know you're great people as well for supporting them, but that's the way it should be.
Exactly, Martin. The biggest problem we have a committee, we have 6 people, 6 men, and we're all pensioners. So if anybody's out there, any girl or women, we don't mind what age they are, we'd love to have them in our committee. So, you know, there's just 6 of us, so we need new people in to keep it going, Martin. We're okay while we have our health. And Eamon here, I want to thank Eamon personally for all the work he's done on the radio with you. And all the work he's done with me and John and all the rest of the committee. He's a tireless worker, and I have to applaud him for that.
Now, Eamon, if people want to come along to your committee meetings, when do you have them and where do you have them?
Well, we usually have them here in the Chorlton Club, but we have no fixed, we haven't anything fixed like. After this we'll try to arrange something.
By my side, her brown hair silver grey, her daughter rose like a rose on April dawn today.
It's been a brilliant night, especially with the McCarthy Cup, and met all my friends, people I hadn't seen for years. And
I've seen you having great fun down there with Mary and John Lacken and a few of them.
Mary and John Lacken, good friends of ours, Eamon and Maureen from County Mayo, and Pat Cahill and all the gang.
How long have you been in Manchester, Gus?
58. And he got lots of friends here. And we enjoyed it.
Now, you were involved in hurling here in the city for quite a while, and you're trying to put out an SOS tonight about the Aero Oak team. Tell me about that and when they played.
They played 70 to 75. There was a few more teams here as well, the Harps and Shamrocks, and we used to all train or puck around in Whitworth Park every evening for a couple of hours. But I never played proper with a team, but I still see most of the lads round. Some I don't.
Now you're trying to, you've got a picture of the team back from that time. Now you're trying to contact as many as you can because you want to arrange a reunion.
Yeah, it'd be nice, yeah. I still see some of them, Jimmy McInerney, Dermot Kine, and there is a few around Manchester that I don't see, like some are ill and all that. But it would be nice to meet up with them.
So it's the Aero Oak team that played in 1970 to 75, and you're looking to contact as many as you can?
Yeah.
Now, Gus, if people want to contact you, can you give out a number?
Yeah, it's 0161 445 7116.
Now, Gus, you were fairly handy with pucking the ball yourself, but tell me how you met Jean.
Well, we were pucking the ball in Whitworth Park, and I might have been shown off, and she was walking past with her friend, never spoke to her before, and I hit her in the eye with the ball.
Jean, it must be love when you're forgiven for all that.
Oh yes, it was. Yeah, quite. It was good.
And you two have been married for a long time.
50 odd years.
Many
4 children, 13 grandchildren, and 10 great.
Well, many congratulations to you. That's wonderful.
Yeah, it's very nice. Yeah.
Well, we're having a fabulous night here with the Galway Association at the Chorlton Irish Club, and now I've been joined by Marie Connors, a great supporter of all the county associations here in Manchester. Have you enjoyed tonight, Marie?
Absolutely brilliant night, Martin, yeah.
Now, I've seen you giving the Liam McCarthy Cup a great old shaking there.
Yeah, that was for my mum, because my mum came from Kiltulloch, County Galway, and a lot of her family are, well, they still live there in Lottery, around Lottery, Athenry, that area.
It means a lot to Galway people, of course, having the Liam McCarthy Cup here after 29 years.
Yeah, I mean, this is the second time I've had the Liam McCarthy Cup in my hand, so delighted with that, yeah.
And what a great crowd here tonight, and of course you've had lots of your friends here tonight as well.
Absolutely, it's great to see everybody, and it's a big bean. I think it was a sellout actually, so well done to everybody involved. Yeah. Now,
of course, the associations, the Galway Association is really going well now, and Roscommon, and of course, Mayo's got a big do coming up as well.
Up on the 3rd of March, yeah, and you know, McFlavin's coming over for that, so that's something to look forward to as well.
Yeah. So tickets are on sale for that now for the 3rd of March.
Marcella and Patricia Gallagher and yeah, people like that selling them, yeah.
Great stuff. Now there was great excitement in there tonight, wasn't it? The crowd was up dancing. They were all wanted to enjoy themselves.
And it's not finished yet, Martin, because we have a big birthday tonight, as you know.
All right.
It's Mags McGah's birthday tonight, so I'm sure that we'll be able to celebrate with her.
And you've got a little surprise for her, haven't you? She doesn't know about it.
No, not yet. Anne and I, yeah, got a little cake for her, yeah. And you're going to give it to her.
Well, we will. Well, that's lovely, and we wish Mags, of course, a very, very happy birthday, and her mum. And her mum is over here, especially from Longford, for the do tonight.
That's right, and I didn't realise she was a Manchester lady.
Well, I've been involved for the last 25 years in the Chorlton Club here in Manchester. And what a wonderful place it has been for people, and for people that didn't realise what I'd done for the people, for outsiders. You didn't have to be a member here to come in here with a problem. We helped all sorts of people here that went for operations and everything else. We even was money in the bank behind the scenes when we hadn't got it in the Irish Club in Chorlton. I was chairman here. I was treasurer here for a couple of years, and I looked after the building, the maintenance on the building here for years, for about 10 years. And any work that was done, I done it on it.
And I know that you had a big involvement in the beautiful glass that's surrounding the bar area.
I got a bloke called Mike Costello that put the bar in, but it was Chorlton Glass that put all that glass in from the 4 province, right? And they done that free.
Great tradition here in the Chorlton Club, and it's great to see the club doing so well. And of course, what a crowd here tonight.
It's absolutely fantastic. It was beautiful to see the crowd that was in here tonight, because it's fantastic over the years. It has gone down, but I'd say myself, it'll never die, because there's great people around, you know, to keep it going. And I hope it does keep going well after my time. I think I'm over the hill and I'm over here now.
Well, they all enjoyed a great old sing-along with the Liam McCarthy Cup. And if you'd like to join the Galway Association, the details are on the screen now. Now, we're off for a very quick break. Welcome back to the Irish in the UK. Now, don't forget, if you've got a story to tell us, or if you'd like us to promote your business, contact me. The details are on the screen now. Now, over the last few months, we've all been suffering with this horrible flu virus. Well, on tonight's show, I've been joined by Dr Sabiha Bakht, who is going to help us and guide us with a few tips on how best to cope with it. Doctor, you're very welcome on the show. Great to have you on with us.
Oh, nice for you guys to have me as well.
Now, of course, over the last few months, we've all been suffering with this horrible flu virus. What kind of advice could you give us to help us cope with it?
I mean, flu is obviously very, very difficult to cope with. It can make you feel very, very unwell. So it can, give you lots of body aches and pains, coughs, high fever, and it can just generally make you feel very, very unwell, like we've mentioned. Things that you can do to help yourself. There's an NHS campaign called Catch It, Kill It and Bin It. So lots of hand washing is really advisable. So if you've got flu, we'd advise that if you need to sneeze or you need to cough, to grab a tissue, use the tissue, throw the tissue away, wash your hands, and that will help reduce the spread of germs and passing of flu, basically. The other thing that you can do is, if you are applicable, then to go get yourself a flu jab or flu vaccination, and that will basically help reduce your incidence of flu in the community.
Now, for the elderly, of course, they are most vulnerable. Is there anything special that you can tell them they should or should not be doing?
The general advice is the same for anyone, really, whether you're elderly or not, and it's lots of rest, lots of fluids, keep yourself nice and well hydrated. But obviously, if you are elderly and you do have over the age of 65 and you do have chronic health problems, then it might be worthwhile maybe going to see your doctor if you feel as though you're not getting better.
Now, for asthma sufferers, obviously it's a very worrying time when you catch flu or you hear about flu.
Yeah, exactly right. So for asthma and even people with other chronic lung conditions, it can be a bit of a scary time. What we tend to suggest is everyone who is asthmatic should be having a yearly annual asthma review. So if you've not had your asthma review yet, please book in with either your GP or your practice nurse, and then they can go through and speak to you about what to do in a time of crisis, such as when you may very well have flu.
Now, this current flu, is it likely to affect young babies?
Yes, it can affect young babies, but generally the high-risk age groups are probably from 6 months to onwards, basically, and this can be reduced. So high-risk babies between the age of 6 months and 2 years can get a flu vaccination, but generally all school-age children should be receiving a flu vaccine, a nasal flu vaccine, through either their school nurse or through their GP.
Now, we've all been suffering with this horrible cough, and trying and get rid of it is virtually impossible. Are we wasting our time going to the chemist to buy some kind of a cough remedy?
So there is very mixed evidence on whether cough remedies work or don't work. There isn't very much evidence. They tend to work more of a soothing option as opposed to kind of limiting or reducing the length of illness. So to help you feel better, I would probably recommend that you do. However, there's no specific brand or anything that I can recommend, but home remedies are just as good. So a bit of honey and lemon, a bit of ginger can do just the same job.
So when should we go and see our GP?
So that's a question that we're commonly asked, so useful advice. You should go and see your GP if the illness has lasted for more than 7 days. If you're still getting very, very high fevers despite using paracetamol and ibuprofen. If you're bringing up sort of purulent colour sputum or green or brown sputum, then that's another indication that you need to be seen by your GP. If you suffer from any chronic health problems, so whether that's neurological, cardiac, respiratory, gastric, any sort of particular chronic health problem means that you're at high risk of kind of getting flu, so you should come and see your GP at that point. And anyone of extremes of age, so the elderly and any young children that you're worried about.
So at what point should we go to A&E?
If possible, best avoid A&E, okay? There are many, many other services that you can access that can help you if you do have flu or any flu-like illness. So number one being your pharmacist, very, very useful. Go and see your pharmacist and they can assist you in any medications that can help make you feel better. So whether that's cold and flu meds, whether that's cough syrups, whether that's lozenges. If the pharmacist does feel that you need to see a GP, then he will always direct you in the right direction, okay? Second of all, obviously, if you can get in to see your GP, then I would recommend that you go and see your GP. If obviously I understand that GP appointments can be a little bit hard to get, other services that are available would be the NHS walk-in centre services, which are obviously dotted around the whole, well, everywhere really. And the second would be if the GP surgery is closed and you still feel that you need to see a doctor, then I would suggest that you call the NHS 111 service, who can then direct your request, and if need be they can give you an appointment to see your doctor. If all else fails or you feel as though you're very, very unwell, then that's the only time I would suggest that you go to A&E.
A very special thank you to Dr Sabiha Bakht for joining us on the show tonight, and we hope that you found her advice helpful. Now next up, we are off to the Baitley Irish Democratic Club.
I've been involved with the Baitley Irish Democratic Club for well over 40 years now.
And how did you first get involved?
I got involved because my father-in-law and my mother-in-law became stewardess of the club in the early 70s.
Now, of course, you've got a beautiful club here, but I know you were telling me earlier that when you first moved here, it was quite a small club.
Yes, there's been significant changes in the club. Where we stood at the moment is where the front door used to be. And obviously the club over the years has been extended and refurbished in many, many different forms.
Now tell me a little bit about the Irish community here in Baitley. I know that the Irish community is obviously getting thinner here on the ground, but in days gone by it was quite strong.
Yeah, they were very strong in the early days. It was the Irish community in the early days, our forefathers who built the club. They all clubbed together and they paid for the club building. But as the years have progressed, the Irish community have faded away, people die and things move on, and the club's had to diversify in many, many forms.
And Andrew, you've been involved for quite a long time here as well.
I have, yeah. So I started as a young bar lad at 16 years old, which my dad at the time got me the job, and that's been historically that's what people did. You know, people's families got their sons, their kids' jobs behind the bar, really. So I was lucky that I worked behind the bar for 10 years, yeah.
And then you joined the committee, I believe?
I did, so I left the bar, I took a break, and they were short on the committee. I put my name down, and I've been doing that now for 13 years as club secretary.
And you were telling me earlier on that a group of your members go to Ireland every year, and you were over there in County Mayo last year.
Yeah, so we were lucky. So it started with our club president, Mick Nolan. He just wanted a quiet trip to Ireland, actually, which manifested into himself plus 32 people.
So we have lots of different events going on during the week here at the Nash. On a Monday we support our local deaf club who come during the day, and we provide tea and coffee for those. They play bingo and have activities on. Tuesday we allow band practice for our local bands, so they come along on a Tuesday evening and practice in the concert room. On a Wednesday we have bingo. Thursdays we're just about to start an open mic night, the first Thursday of every month. Fridays is really predominantly private bookings and events going on a Friday, and then Saturday we have artists during Saturday evening, and Sunday's the same, 3 artists singing during the day to get everyone in.
Well, it's a great club here for the community, and you've got so much going on. There's something for everybody.
Yeah, there definitely is. We're lucky because we have the sport as well, the rugby, snooker tournaments. We've got our own snooker team, so there's always something going on and someone in the club.
You've got so many different rooms here with so many different things going on for everybody.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's the aim of what we do, is trying to accommodate for different people. So we have the games room where they can come and play darts and dummies or play snooker, watch the football. But if they want some entertainment, they can go into the concert room and have live entertainment, or they can go in the lounge, relax, or have the jukebox on and sit with friends putting their own music on. So there's a bit for everyone.
Now, if people wanted to book the club for their function, how could they do that?
So they can either go to our website, or they could visit us on Facebook, or they can contact us via telephone. A lot of people just come into the club and pick up a form and do it personally and book it in my diary.
We hope you've all enjoyed the show tonight. Now, Henry McGlade is back next Thursday evening at 7 o'clock with the Irish at home and abroad, and I'm here at 7:30 with the Irish in the UK. Until then, take care of yourselves and thank you for watching. And we're going to leave you with a song from Lisa Stanley.